Hi, boys and girls. This is a wonderful book, and I don't know if you can see or not in the video, but the circles get smaller and smaller and smaller, and little ones just love to put their fingers in these holes. You'll see what happens when we open the book, and I highly recommend this book. It's so wonderful to touch and turn the pages through the hole, actually. So this is What Sound Do You Make? And this is an owl, and it makes the sound hoo, hoo. What sound do you make? I called to the mouse as he came scurrying by. He was moving so fast, but as he ran past, squeak, squeak was his sweet little cry. And here's our little mouse, squeak, squeak. And you can turn the page, it's a board book, or you could put your finger in the hole here. You can turn the page that way. What sound do you make? I asked the cicada that sang in the field with the bird. Their musical song lasted all the day. Chirp and tweet were the sounds that I heard. This little guy goes tweet, tweet, and chirp, 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 chirp. There we go, we have a hole. What sound do you make? I called to the dog that was playing and running around. With a wag of his tail and a sniff of the trail, woof, woof came his answering sound. And here's the dog. Woof, woof. And do you notice what happens? What's happening to this hole? What sound do you make? I called to the goose that was gabbing away to a bee. They were deep in their chat, but they answered right back. The goose honked, and the bee buzzed at me. Honk, honk. And bees bzz, 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 and they're talking to each other. And look at the hole. There's the hole. You can grab it like this. Little hands can turn. What sound do you make? I asked eagerly of the fish swimming lazily by. She stopped and she stared. I don't think she cared. Glub, glub was her only reply. The fish is in the water. Glub, glub in the water, and the bubbles come up. And the hole is getting smaller. Wrapped up in a coil was an emerald green snake that was warming herself in the sun. I asked with a shake, what sound do you make? She said, hiss. And I started to run. She's beautiful. Look at the hole. I can't get 2 fingers hardly in there anymore. What sound do you make? I asked the young chick as the rooster and the hen smiled proudly. Cheep, cheep, the chick cried. Cluck, her mother replied, while her dad cock-a-doodle-dooed very loudly. Aren't they pretty? Very nice family. And what is this over here? If you said egg, you're exactly right. What sounds do you make? I asked with surprise of the tiger, the cat, and the toad. One growled, one meowed, and one croaked very loud as the friends sang and danced down the road. Well, let's see. This is the frog, so it would croak. That's right. And this is the tiger, and he would growl. And this is the cat. Meow. And look at our hole. I can hardly get 1 finger in there now. Smaller and smaller. What sound do you make? I called to the sheep as the cricket and the bunny looked back. The sheep baaed and jumped high, and the cricket zoomed by. But the bunny just nibbled his snack. Here's a bunny. Nibble, nibble, nibble. And the sheep says, bah. And the cricket rubs his legs together and makes that wonderful sound that we hear at night. "What sound do you make?" I called to the cow as his cowbell rang softly. Ding dong! The crows made a fuss. "Caw, caw, what about us?" But the cow mooed and chewed all day long. And do you see the eye of one of the birds is just very, very, very small? Can't even get my finger in there anymore. The parrot's a smart and a curious bird. Of that you can make no mistake. And after a while he'll ask with a smile, "Tell me, friend, what sound do you make?" And the parrot says, "Squawk, squawk, squawk, squawk." Maybe some of you are lucky enough to have a parrot for a pet. You know what sound they make. And look at our hole. It's so tiny. We go back and back and back and back and back to the beginning. And we have a big hole again. That's all. Until next time. Bye-bye.